Okay, so my beautiful wife says, let's look through some other stuff. There's so many VHS tapes. Let's don't film 5 hours of digging through VHS tapes. So we'll come back and show you what we found here in a little bit. But first, we're going to dig through some more stuff and see just what's in some of this random stuff. Whoa, look at this. I flipped the light on and it's like the holy grail of golf clubs back here. Anybody want golf clubs? Golf clubs everywhere. Golf clubs for days. Golf clubs, golf clubs.
Oh my.
Just those alone.
It's a golfer's dream.
We could take pictures of and put on local sale, probably for 30, 40 bucks a piece. You'd probably sell them all day long. Some of those nicer bags and clubs, probably more, 100. So, and it looks like there's even some vintage ones. Like, see that leather Spalding bag back there?
Yep.
With the actual wooden clubs that aren't aluminum. You don't have to follow me all the way because I don't want you to trip and fall or step on a nail, but look, just look.
I see it.
It's a leather bag, Spalding, vintage, very vintage.
That would definitely sell. But it's back here.
It's got a lot number on it.
Hidden.
So, it's got 1, 3, 5. It's got everything. No, it's got a putter.
Oh my.
And it's got most clubs in it. But the clubs are not all Spalding. The clubs are Wilson. The bag is Spalding. These clubs are Spalding. I wonder if these were originally the ones that were meant to go in. Because this bag is a Wilson bag, and this bag is a Spalding bag. But this bag has Wilson clubs in it, and this bag has Spalding clubs in it.
They're mixed up.
So,
I think when he was just hauling everything out.
yeah, maybe it dumped out and he just put them all back into a bag. But this right here, this vintage leather bag, like just the golf bag, is probably valuable.
Yeah, we should take out the Wilson stuff, put all the Spalding stuff back in.
Mm-hmm. Try to find all wood original Spalding wooden clubs and irons and putter and everything. Of course, the putter that's in there is already Spalding putter. What is this? I see shiny stuff on the ground. What is this? This is costume jewelry. Possibly some gold. Is it stamped? No, it says something USA.
Well, if we ever want to go golfing.
Yeah, we know where to get golf clubs, don't we?
Yeah.
This is some kind of brooch that's, I think, copper. This little brooch right here. It's copper. If I can ever get this costume jewelry off of it, yeah. That's copper. Which is not, like, super valuable, but the economy, the way it is, it's kind of valuable right now.
We have our own golf course here. We could just grab these golf clubs and go.
Grab these and go golfing, huh?
Yeah.
What is this? This is like a costume jewelry earring mixed up with this piece of jewelry that could possibly be gold or gold plated or gold filled. I don't see a stamp right now, but one thing I've learned watching a lot of other YouTube channels and a lot of other pickers that do stuff is most modern jewelry is going to be stamped if it's real. But older stuff, like truly antique jewelry, is not always stamped with a carat mark or anything like that, or even at all sometimes, but it may just only have a manufacturer mark on it, but not a carat mark, or it may have no mark at all, but actually be real gold because it's antique and it's one of a kind. And you know, jewelry wasn't mass produced once upon a time. Everything made was made forged into metal and dumped into a handmade mold, and that's how they made it. You know, they beat it by hand. What's in here? Anything interesting? No, not really. Not really anything interesting. Kind of. This is interesting. Boxes like this are always interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So what's in it? What do we have here? I'm dropping stuff. Little pearl like earrings. Little weird. Look at these earrings. These are clearly vintage of some kind, but they're like, I don't know if they're African or South American, but they look like aliens. Look at it. It's got that Aboriginal look to it. Can you see it?
Yeah. Oh, they're beautiful.
Yeah, it's got that like Aboriginal look to the face, and like little rubies or something set in it. I don't know. We may put that in our box of picks and take home to take a closer look at this kind of stuff, just to see what's here and what's what. Test it with a magnet, look for marks, that kind of stuff, because most of this is going to be vintage or antique, even if it's not real. And as anyone watching this kind of channel, picker channel, treasure hunt channel, anything, as you all probably know by now, just because it's costume jewelry doesn't mean it's cheap. If it's vintage, if it's antique, if it's the right thing, it could be worth more than a real gold necklace or a real gold ring. Especially the brooches and things of that nature. What is this? These magazines? Hey, look, honey. We need to sue for royalties because these are ours. This is Miller. I'm trying to get it on the camera. Miller. You can see through the lens. They're ours. So whoever wrote these books, we're coming for you. We want royalties. It's the Christian Reader book on being a caring father. That's what these all are. I don't know if it's the same one, duplicates of, or if it's like a periodical magazine type thing, but they all appear to have the same cover. And they all have a $2.50 price tag. So I think it's multiple copies of the same book. Oh, that's interesting. What could be in here? Recipes. Pieces of paper. And not the good kind.
Exciting to find.
Not the good kind. Not the green kind of paper, just a green box. No green paper. Empty box. There's some trash we could take out when we get to the yard sale part. What? I didn't talk about that, did I? So one of the things that we're hoping to do here to make some money for my uncle, his store, and to make some money for us, and to feed our children and so on and so forth, is we want to get together all of this stuff that's like not good for a storefront sale, not really good for online sale, but would be fantastic for a yard sale, and put it all out on the sidewalk out front, because he owns 3 storefronts, so he has a lot of space. And you know, maybe once a month, maybe even more than that, once we really get going and have some traction with this thing, having a massive everything's $1 or less yard sale and doing some charitable work with that, but also making some quick moolah, because everybody likes cheap stuff, especially useful cheap stuff like kitchen stuff, dishes, tools, books, etc. What's in here? This is more books. Analysis pad. This looks like an old, like vintage, like somebody's photo out. It is. I don't want to. What is this? Look at this. Look at this. Do you recognize that?
Yep.
It's JFK. JFK
Goodness.
in a photo.
That's an original photo.
Courtesy of Great Western Finance Company. So I don't know where they got this, but that looks like something that was actually printed probably not long after it occurred. And if you're young and you don't know what we're talking about and you don't know who this is John F. Kennedy. He was the president of the United States that was sadly assassinated in Dallas in the 60s. In fact, right here, Friday, November 22nd, 1963. Nobody was very happy about that. I wasn't alive to know, but I know nobody was very happy about that. Obviously. Look at all these old postcards. Look at this. These old postcards, old photos, old advertisements. There's some more another Kennedy one up there. In there. What are these? What are these? Stamps. 24 coats of arms. Stamps. Honey, I think this book should go in one of our tubs. What do you think? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we should look through this closer. See, the stuff you find just digging through this looked like crap. This looked like junk back here. And we decided, oh, let's just dig through it. And we've already found like 2 pretty promising prospects. Digging through it. Old postcards, old stamps. This was somebody's travels at one point. Somebody traveled and started this scrapbook. They did not finish the scrapbook, but they started it. And all of these postcards, I would bet you, are from their travels. And we're going to make their travels worthwhile and make the lives they lived mean something. And we're going to look those up and see what they're at now and try and share them with the world and people who would appreciate them, collect them, take care of them, and not let them sit in a storage facility collecting dust. I just wanted to interrupt your video to tell you a couple of things. Number one, if you haven't already liked and subscribed, consider a like and subscribe. We're a very small channel and we'd really appreciate your support. We're trying to grow this thing and grow into something big and wonderful that we can do as a family from home. Number two, don't forget to check out all our shorter videos that we put out, because that's where we're going to make announcements about charitable things coming up, about fundraisers, about different things like that that don't have to do, I mean they do, but they're not as involved with our eBay store and our normal treasure hunting and picking. It's just we're trying to do some sort of charitable cause. So be sure to check that out, those little short videos that come out in between. We're going to be posting long videos about once a week and short ones in the interim, maybe once a week if we have that much going on. So be sure to check that out. You might hit that subscribe button, you might hit that notification bell so you can see when we have something new coming out. We're tiny, we have a whopping 10 subscribers so far. Let's get that number up, let's get the Real Millers rocking and rolling. This might be some more random electronic crap I just threw in a barrel sometime in the past, just thinking, you know, scrap wire, scrap stuff. And this is the box I found that in. So with that being said, I'm going to dig a little deeper and see what some of these magazines are. A bunch of quilting magazines, quilting. There might be a market for that, but if there is, it's so niche I've never heard of it, and so therefore I don't really want to mess with it. I really just only want to mess with the stuff that I know for sure there's a market for and will sell. And you know, if we miss a treasure and somebody knows about it and it ends up in a dollar yard sale and they get it for $1, so be it. Good for them. Pay it forward. Share the love, right? Everybody can find some treasure. Quilt World.
Oh my.
All vintage quilting magazines. All quilting magazines, probably, if I had to guess, from everywhere from the 70s all the way up to the 90s. So, pretty cool. This is old coloring book type paper. Sewing stuff. Probably more quilting stuff. Probably patterns. Put that back away, keep it all in the same box, so at least it's, whoa, look what I just found underneath this box. That's a Super Nintendo game. I literally just moved a box of quilting stuff that I had zero interest in and found a Super Nintendo game underneath it. This is why I love doing this stuff. I don't know if it works. I don't know that I care if it
Honey,
works.
what's in that metal box over there?
That's what I'm about to try and get to. This is sewing stuff, so I imagine that went with the quilting. And I actually want to look in there, so I don't want to pile up too high on
metal
that.
box right there.
This tin has nothing. 49 cents. No stamp, no maker's mark, so probably not a big seller. Cleaned up, might sell for $10 or something like that to a duck collector. Okay, we had to take a very short break because we heard there arose such a clutter from the front of the store, and we thought maybe there was a person in here, or maybe my uncle, and there appeared to be nobody. So my guess, old building, old stuff, probably a ghost.